Hey, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to jump on real quick. There's a topic that's really big in carnivore that everybody talks about and everybody wants to know how to kind of battle it. And I had to battle it more than most. I'm going to try to make this video quick, so bear with me. So, carnivore and diarrhea. Now, most people who jump on carnivore, and I say most, not everybody, experience that first couple of weeks where their body's adjusting, or they're, depending on your belief system, the gut microbiome's adjusting, or you're new to taking in fat or reducing your carbs, whatever it is, it tends to send the system a little haywire, and you end up with what some people consider massive diarrhea. My experience with that was a little different, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, most people a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Most I've heard is maybe a month with a little bit of diarrhea. My diarrhea lasted 15 months. Now, it's not to say I didn't have a regular bowel movement from time to time, but I could never trust it. And I work in an environment that I don't always have access to the bathroom, or a bathroom could be thousands of feet away. I work in tunnels. I work in, extreme circumstances. So, for me, it was a nightmare. It led to me keeping anti-diarrhea meds with me most nights. If it was even a question mark before we went to the job site, I would take an anti-diarrhea med, which I was really uncomfortable with because I eliminated all types of other medications, from diabetes to chronic pain to so on and so forth. So long term, that wasn't going to work for me. So I had to figure something out. And what finally occurred to me about 14 or 15 months in is, in my former life, well, let me start by saying this. When I started this diet, one of the big reasons why I was attracted to it is the notion that you eat until you're full, and when you're hungry again, you eat again till you're full. And the beauty of that is, with this diet, if you eat till you're full, you don't generally get hungry but once or twice a day. You could go 15, 16 hours. I've gone as much as 6 days, without food, because I never got hungry. It wasn't a willpower thing. It wasn't anything like that. But that's a story for another day. That's the beauty of the diet. For me, and this is a personal thing, and I'm sure there's other people out there that are similar to me, I was a chronic overeater before I started the diet. I would literally be eating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I work overnight, so I was awake a lot longer than most people. So when I say I was eating 24 hours, with the exception of 4 or 5 hours sleep that I would get a day, I was pretty much feeding myself. Now, with a standard American diet, everybody kind of understands that that's a thing that happens. And you would think when you switch over to carnivore, now you're taking healthy fats, you're taking proteins, that would decrease. It did to an extent. And what I mean by that is I would only eat once or twice a day. But the amount of food I was taking in was, I would say astronomical, but it was extreme. An average day was, an average meal, no, excuse me, I'll say an average day was 2.5 pounds of beef. Now I lean more towards the lion style diet. I'm not 100% lion, but if I had to say I do more of anything, I would say it's lion. So I would do, initially I would do, like, say, 2.5 pound chuck steak. I would cut it in half. I would eat half in the morning and half when I got hungry again. That was consistent for probably 8 months. I switched over to ground beef because it was less expensive, and because it's not, I was buying 10-pound package. I don't have a scale at home. I would just decide how much I wanted to eat, cut a chunk off, cook it, and go about my day. Even with the chuck steak, I would eat at home and then go to a friend's house and they would make a special meal for me, or whatever the case is. On occasion, I'd have as much as 7 pounds of beef in a day. Now, that sounds crazy, but with all that, I was getting my gains. I was losing weight. I was getting healthier. My diabetes was going away, and I was eating between 2.5, usually 3, and 7 pounds of beef a day. The 7 pounds was an extreme situation, maybe a handful of times in the course of the 15 months. But it did happen. And there were plenty of days, multiple days, in a month or a couple of days in a week where I would eat 4 or 5 pounds of meat in the sitting. Not in the sitting, but during the course of the day. That wasn't unheard of. So, here's the issue. When you're eating that much meat, the natural fats that are in the meat are getting into your system, which is great, except that your body can only take in so much fat, and then it does away with it. And for me, and for most people, it does away with it in a very uncomfortable type of situation. So here I am at the not today, but at the 15-month mark. I decided I had to take a look at something because I wasn't doing. There's something you could take to help your body take in more fat. I don't want to take any supplements. If I have to add stuff to my diet, then I don't feel like I'm really I'm not doing the most nutritional thing. If I can't get what I need from beef or liver or goat or lamb, then maybe I'm doing something wrong. And my body is responding fantastically to this diet. My numbers are good. My health is fantastic. All my diseases, illnesses are gone. So I know I'm on the right track as far as diet. So 15 months in, I took a hard look at it, and I just reduced how much beef, but down a little less than a third of what I was eating. The benefit was almost immediate. First night I went to work, no concern. My first bowel movement when I got to work was normal, which eased my mind for the night, and then I went through the night just fine. The second night, much the same, and I'd say about 4 or 5 days in, I ate at home, went to a friend's house, he had made brisket, I ate at his house, and I got home, and just because I wasn't necessarily hungry, just bad eating habits, I was like, you know what, I'm just in the mood for a little more beef, so I had a little more beef, and the following day was bowel movement disaster. So, here's the thing. A lot of the YouTube creators, not YouTube creators, a lot of the people talking about, the content creators as far as YouTube, will talk about eat till you're full and don't eat again till you're hungry. That is good for probably 85% of the carnivore population. But for those of you who are chronic overeaters, be very careful here. Pay very close attention, because if you're eating till you're full and your full sensors in your body, and I use the word sensors, I'm not a doctor, but you understand what I'm saying. If they're messed up because you've been chronically overeating your whole life, chances are you don't really know what full is. Watch how much you're eating. Pay attention to your body. If you're eating and you're getting diarrhea and it's going beyond the acceptable 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, first month, you need to look at something. You're doing something that's excessive, or something that's not correct for your body. I unfortunately waited 15 months to do it because I was listening to all the doctors and all the people on YouTube saying, look, eat until you're full, eat till satiated. Except that my satiating signals don't kick in for a while. So I cut my beef back to about a third. I still eat twice a day. Sometimes I'll eat once a day, but when I'm with I would have to eat a little more to eat once a day, and I don't want to attempt that again. I'll eat in the morning. As soon as I get home from work, I'll eat probably like 9:30, depending on my workout. If I feel good enough to go work out, I'll go work out, and I'll eat a little later. And then again at about 9 o'clock at night before I start work. Like I said, I don't weigh it. And it's hard to describe, so you'll get it, but it's a significantly less amount of food. And what I'm finding is, when I get home, just about the time I walk in the door, I start to feel hungry. And when I get to work, just about the time I'm walking in the door at work, I'm starting to feel hungry. So now I'm not only recognizing my hunger signals, I'm not just eating out of time habit. which was a big thing. Oh, it's 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, whenever I go from work, it's time to eat. Oh, I'm at work. I got to go out and work time. It's time to eat. So that's my suggestion. Take a hard look at what you're eating. Just because, the people on YouTube that are talking about eat till satiated, they might have better eating habits than you. I know they have everybody had better eating habits than me. And when I take that into consideration, and I really looked at the carnivore lifestyle, I was taking in way too much food. So that's it. Again, I'm at my park. I'm about to. I'm probably gonna. I did a lap of walking, but I sat down, so I want to warm the muscles back up. I'll probably do another lap of walking, and then today I think I'm gonna run. I haven't been running lately, and I apologize for that to you and to myself. I got, for those of you who've been following, I got a little of a infection in my throat, and I just wanted to take it a little easy on my body, give my body a chance to heal. So today I'm going to take a shot. Although I'm not 100%, I'm at like 97%. I want to see if I can handle the run. So I apologize again for my voice. I hope you guys find this interesting. For those of you who are having similar issues, I hope this helps, because if you're in the situation I was in before I started carnivore, you really need this as a survival tactic. So I guess I've said in earlier videos, and I keep planning on making a video explaining my whole story, which I've done on other podcasts, but I'm gonna do it on here. I just have to make the time. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get into my exercise. I'll check in after I'm done, tell you how I feel. I haven't eaten yet. I'm a little hungry right now, to be honest with you. But I'm going to get out there. I'm going to push as hard as I can. And we'll see where it takes me. All right. I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm hot and sweaty. Talk to you soon. Stay healthy.